Kenya's a fucking grizzly. Why are you doing that? We know that Kenya gets fired this season, and the firing happens because of what happens next week.
I wanna go day drinking with you. You know just what I'm thinking. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Beau.
And this is Terence.
We are... God damn it. Okay.
Well,
ready?
We have what?
No, go. Let's do it.
Yeah, like we have real life of reality and sports all mixed in one.
Oh my God.
We're going to come at you with a gritty titty update. Yep, gritty titties. That is our volleyball name in our beer league.
Yep.
And we opened up, and let's say we definitely got the Nebraska weather that you would expect in spring. We had 25 degrees on Sunday night.
Yep.
Playing at O'Leavers, and that was a bunch of fun. Although we went 0 for 3.
It was super fun. We lost. We lost a lot.
Yeah.
But we were down 2 people. We had 2 friends come in and sub instead. It was just like, let's get back in the zone. We were just excited to be outside and moving again.
I had 3 layers on both upper and lower part of my body.
Yeah.
It was freezing.
I was going to wear my snowsuit. I told the kids, I was like, I'm going to wear my snowsuit.
I wear socks, which was a terrible idea, but I could not have made it without. It was so hard.
Yeah.
And then last night, we played at Winchester's.
Yep. And we won. We won gainfully, too.
Yeah, we did 2-1.
Yeah.
We got soft in the second game.
We did because we get cocky.
Yeah. I made a string of mistakes I was not happy about.
Oh, God, I hate when you mess up because then your energy dips and then I legit have to tell myself not to focus on you.
And you get so mad at me. I'm like, I just need a little love.
I'm mad at
and
you.
And you're just like, you don't even look at me.
I'm mad at you and you're mad at yourself.
No, I'm absolutely mad at myself.
And then when you're mad at yourself, you tell everybody else to work harder. And it's just like,
oh my God, we got this. We got this.
You were not like that.
Yes, I was.
Oh my God, absolutely not.
I was not telling people to work harder.
Okay, but you were out there, you're like, come on, guys, come on. Like, just getting more intense. And I was just like, I'm internalizing that. Oh my God. I had to block it out.
We powered through.
We powered through. We made it.
Yeah. And that's the gritty titty update.
Yeah.
Any other no big hits, no big misses, no big whiffs.
Nope.
They'll get funner when the weather's better.
Yeah. So we play on 2 to 3 different teams, depending on if we stick with this one team that we've been playing with. But we love it, and so we're going to update it every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Gritty titties.
I mean, better than the sandy cheeks.
Yes. Well, we used to be unsafe sets, and then we wanted to, like,
I forgot about unsafe
we
sets.
We were unsafe sets.
We changed the team, that's why.
And I just stole that name from a friend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we were unsafe sets, Nebraska edition. But Gritty Titties is so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That was a lot of fun. Anyway, so yeah, get used to that. In the world of sports.
Mm-hmm. Sports!
For the people in your lives that like sports, what would I talk about with them? What would I ask them about?
I saw this thing about baseball.
Baseball opening day was last on Thursday. It's such a hopeful day. It's amazing. Hope springs eternal. Like, that's what opening day is all about. Everyone has a chance to go 162-0. Every team is in the playoffs.
Opening day makes me think of scenes of, like, Cracker Jacks and giant cotton candy holders.
Machines? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Like walking down. Get your cotton candy.
Yeah, that's what it makes me think of.
Okay. There we go.
Day.
Peanuts. Always big.
Peanuts.
Peanuts in the shell. Man, I would go to games, Philly games, and my uncles would leave piles of peanuts, like in the 700s at the vet.
Wow.
Just shells. Like, you would get peanuts in the shell.
My uncles would come in and clean them up for pennies. Okay, sorry. Has nothing to do with your uncles.
That's a privilege. Yes, we lived, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, opening day.
Opening day. That happened. And I think that what you read saw
I saw
Torpedo bat.
Torpedo bats, and I was so excited because I was like, oh my God. I do get excited when I see, like, there's a baseball thing. I should remember this. But then I did not remember it at all. And I don't remember what they do or I know they're controversial because they're new, probably.
They're new.
And controversial because they make things go faster.
No, I mean, so a torpedo bat, normal bat, right? It starts skinny and it goes out uniformly into a barrel, right? That's what the barrel of the bat. What they've done now is taken that fat part at the end, kind of scooted it down.
Yeah.
So now if you take the end of it, it looks like a bowling pin because it goes out and then back in. And so I heard an MIT, but then I also read it was a University of Michigan professor who designed the bat. And so apparently, and I never knew this, a bat has requirements. And I don't know what they are. I didn't look it up.
It's like measurements.
Measurements. It has to be this long, this amount of wood, and can't be this big or this, right? There's parameters to it. So this torpedo bat falls in line with the parameters. They just move the same amount of wood down to the spot of the bat where the hitter hits the ball mostly, the sweet spot. And so what's happened, I think, was it like 12 home runs the Yankees got over the weekend in spring? So it's cold, the ball doesn't fly as easy like in the summer. Ellie De La Cruz from the Cincinnati Reds, one of the most fun, exciting players to watch. He got 7 RBIs using the torpedo bat, I think just yesterday.
RBIs, repetitions based on, I don't know what that would be.
All right. We'll have a stat.
Inclination.
We're going to have a stat today.
RBIs.
Runs batted in.
Okay.
But that's neither here nor there.
Right. The point is, with the torpedo bat,
it seems like it's
the
easier.
numbers were like higher.
Much higher. And so, hey, what's going on? They fall in the parameters. Like I said, professor designed it. He said it's all about the batter. And Terry Francona, manager of the Reds, same thing. It's all about the batter.
All about that bat, bat.
Pretty
No
interesting.
trouble.
It's a cool design. It's different, so we'll see if it takes off. More offense in baseball isn't bad, I don't think.
Well, aren't there people offended by the bat and they want to like get it ban it?
I mean, baseball is our oldest sport and refuses to change.
Okay, so that is so interesting to me because it's like it's 2025. I think it's cool and fine if the sport progresses to like the next. Why are we using the same bats that Babe Ruth used? Should we be playing basketball in cherry baskets still?
Peach.
I knew it was peaches, but it doesn't matter. Look, I knew that.
Yeah.
So I think that it's cool if it progresses.
Yeah, baseball can get pretty archaic. They they can just get pretty archaic with their rules and with their like they have all these unwritten rules that don't celebrate too much and don't make it right. It's like no, it's 2025. It's all even the NFL has allowed you to do celebrations, but don't in baseball because if you celebrate, you're going to get a 99 or 100 mile per hour fastball thrown at your head. It's crazy.
Okay, what? That's violent.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's how they retaliate. You hit one of my guys, I'm going to hit one of yours, and
that's
crazy.
Well, I'm here for the torpedo bats.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Hey, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
But yes, that would be if your person is a baseball. Ask them about opening day. Ask them about the torpedo bat. I think that's a great little entryway to show some interest. But if your person is a college sports fan,
we're back to the brackets.
We're bracketing it up, baby.
Bracketing it up.
Yeah. March Madness continued on. I think it's only we're in the Final Four. It's only the second time in men's college basketball history that all 4 1 seeds made it to the Final Four. So not that exciting. I have 2 out of the 4 correct, so I'm okay. I'm doing okay.
Do you have money on this?
$5.
You did not talk to me about spending $5 on this.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, it was so sincere. You made me feel bad.
Good.
You don't have to apologize for that.
And then, that's going to be next weekend. Going into there, Duke, Houston matching up with Florida and Auburn. So you have the SEC on one side, And we'll see. Duke looks really freaking good. Cooper Flagg is playing like the best player in the country, and the backup players are supporting.
But that's why it's the backup players are backing up.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, isn't that why it's boring though? It's boring because it's like asked to be expected. Like, oh, the best teams are at the top, and so
this is the trade-off, right? You want a mix of both. You want the upsets, and you want good basketball, because college basketball isn't that good. I mean, they're shooting mid-30s, if not low 30s or upper 20s. So it can get pretty ugly. Watching, like I said, watching St. John's was some of the worst basketball for 6-7 minutes.
You know, I always just think it's weird, and I don't remember if we talked about this on the show or just at the bar. It's just weird to know that, like, these are people's children playing. They're 18 years old, they're little babies, and they're out there with, like, grown men being like, oh, fuck you! You know, like, just like...
College sports is weird.
It's hard.
In that regard. So,
and they were doing it for free.
For a really long... Well, yeah, secret. Yeah.
Controversial.
And then just last night, UConn, for the women's side, they're in their Final Four. Punched their ticket, beating the USC Trojans, Lady Trojans, without Juju Watkins. But Paige Buckets, she went in there, took care of business, 31 points, and she's a fifth-year starter, fifth-year player, has never played in a national title. She's been hurt one year, like tore an ACL or something.
Fifth-year player, how long can you play college?
Well, there's COVID, and she didn't play a whole season because of an injury. And she's never won, so she's like never played a national title. This
sounds like Van Wilder.
This sounds.
Write that down.
There's a lot more.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
Because of COVID, it was like seven-year football players. All right.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Well, it's like if you're not going to make it to the pros, like how long can you drag out that
now
college?
You can start making a bunch of money with NIL, so good for them.
Yeah, I'll just drag this college life out.
But yeah, so you have. What UConn is going to take on, oh man, I just forgot, I'm blanking. But I know it's South Carolina. They're on the other side. They're taking on Texas. I remember, I'm like, who just won the last night too? And then, UCLA, UCLA, which is their first, it's the women's first Final Four for UCLA. So they're going up against UConn. UConn going to be very favored.
I keep wanting to like make up a thing about UConn.
You can
touch this.
Yeah.
I'm just like this. Every time you say UConn, I'm like thinking of something to say, and I'm like, I can't.
You were trying to say you can't touch this when Paige Beckers makes a bucket.
Yeah, they should do something like that. Like
MC Hammer dancing.
They should totally do some T-shirts. Who's their marketing person? You can't touch this. It would be so freaking cute.
And then South Carolina, the Gamecocks. Coach Staley, she's kicking ass. My girl, and so they're going up against Texas.
All of these girls have been your girl at one point. Yet last night, Paige Buckets was your girl. So.
No,
yeah, you did. You said it at the bar. You were like, Paige Buckets, my girl, and I was like, you got
all these girls are amazing.
Yeah,
they're all amazing and all deserve credit.
Good for them.
Yeah,
good for them.
So if your person is college sports, I think ask them about the Final Four, see how their bracket's doing. Did it get busted? And that's what we were talking about, right? It's not excited.
Busted?
It wasn't excited. You want a mix of upsets in that because the game.
I love an underdog story.
Yeah, but they're usually worse like basketball. So you want to get them into the Sweet 16 and then have the blue chips be there too, playing a little bit better ball. Mm-hmm. And so then you have good basketball in the Final Four.
I definitely think it's more fun if, like, as a spectator, or if you want to get me into watching them, I'll be more inclined to, like, care if I have money on the line, if I have skin in the game, because because for me it's like I didn't go to any of these schools, I don't know anybody who's there, and I don't really care about that. But if I've got some skin in the game and then I've got something to fight for as a competitive person, like then I care more.
There you go.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do a bracket next.
Oh yeah, we'll do one. We'll have a fun.
Or like, is there one for I don't know, upcoming sports? It's not. No,
it's not. It's really just March Madness. It does a bracket in that kind of fashion. Yeah.
Yeah. I like those. There's like someone I follow on Instagram, and they do like the Men of Bravo.
Oh, that'd be
so it's like all the husbands Or like we've branched out from husbands now, so it's just like guys reality, and it's like you get them all down to like your top 4. So Boston Rob was in the top 4.
Yeah.
And Zac Efron's little brother, who was on Traitors.
Okay, I didn't know.
was in the top 4. And I don't know who made it to the top 2, but like they come down from like this massive group all the way down into this like who's your fave?
I used to do on Instagram. I used to do a vinyl March Madness.
Oh, cute!
So I would get people to give me. I'd count all my records, and I'd say, give me a number, random numbers between 1 and 1,000.
Yeah.
And so I'd pick 64 numbers, and I'd pick them out, and then I'd just line them up and make brackets, and then have people vote on what was the better album.
That is, why are you cute?
And I broke it all down. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It took a lot of work.
I was like, you have a lot of time.
That's when I worked 2 restaurant jobs and was a stay-at-home dad.
Okay. So you were just, the kids were sleeping. Let me just do a quick little record bracket.
Exactly.
Oh my God. I love you.
And then let's see, NBA man, woman in your life. It's season's ending, dwindling. Is their team tanking? And so are they losing for the draft, or are they getting ready for the playoffs? My team is tanking, so keep on losing, Sixers.
I just feel like for anybody who's in love with, like if your partner's in love with the NBA, just like go spend as much time with them as you can before it starts back up again in 2 weeks, because it's like you
the playoffs.
The
playoffs are starting.
Yeah, exactly. I know that because I'm like, they don't have a real break. They have 2 weeks in between for you guys to go and actually do something with yourselves.
Yeah. Well, this season has not been that way for us because the Sixers are terrible.
I love when the Sixers are failing.
Thank you. And then let's see. Oh, in the NFL, there's owners' meetings, so a lot of teams are jealous, whining.
Oh, they're mad.
Whining about the Philadelphia Eagles and their brotherly shove.
They're so mad about the brotherly shove.
Hey, Packers, you lost to us twice.
Why are they mad about the shove?
Well, they lie and say it's player safety because it's football. It's not safe to play football.
No, it's not.
So moving on, and there's been 0 injuries tied to that one play.
I'm going to say this. You
already asked me a question, so let me
Oh my
finish.
God, I'm sorry.
And then
Footballs are terrifying.
And then they think it's not a football play. I'm like, it's the QB sneak. They're just whining because one team has been able to do it and no one else has.
What is it?
It's like a QB sneak. You line up.
Quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So you line up. You have Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
You have our best offensive line. And then you have like A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, and Saquon Barkley behind Jalen Hurts. So they hike it. Our offensive line gets really low.
Yeah.
And then they come in over top, and then the defensive line's attacking them. And then Jalen Hurts just gets underneath and scoots in for a yard because it's like 4th and 1. All
that's
1 yard.
cute.
It's a football play.
Yeah.
It's almost unstoppable because Jalen Hurts squats 600 pounds because our offensive line is the best.
They're so mad. They just want to be behind Jalen Hurts.
Jelly.
And they can't.
They want to grab his booty.
Yeah, hell yeah. Have you seen that thing?
Mm-hmm. He is a taken man.
He is yes, I
respect him. All right.
Wow.
We are not going to
I just wanted to say I want to be where AJ Brown is.
Wow.
Okay. All I was going to say was that football is terrifying. We were at one of our kids' soccer practices and we were tossing the football around. A 12-year-old throws the football at me and I'm literally, I'm squeamish. I'm squealing. I don't know how people play this on a real level. And then to imagine like giant 200-pound men running at you.
At
you to
trying to take your head
you?
off, who are running super, super, super fast.
Would you would piss your pants.
I would never. In an NFL game, me?
Yes.
No. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
I wouldn't even be a kicker. I think the scariest thing is like a kickoff return.
Yeah.
Which they're trying to make safer and like all these new rules. Or a punt return. The ball is flying through the air, coming down, and you have to keep your eyes on it, but knowing
they're coming for you,
running directly for you.
Oh my God, I can't.
And the minute you touch that ball, they can hit you.
Oh, I
So
can't.
you have to catch it, but if they time it perfectly,
I'm
as soon as it touches your fingertips, they could dive at you and kill you.
literally gonna kill you. I'm telling you, nothing was happening at our game on Sunday night. Nothing was happening. I think I reached for the ball and I missed it, and my back went out. Back went out momentarily, like from the bottom half to the top. Okay, like mid back up. Okay, it doesn't matter. I still feel it.
Do you remember when the ball was coming to you and you kind of just went like this? Help! And you just fell down. I remember that.
But I do remember it. But it was like I touched it. Now I can't. I'm helpless. I'm hopeless. No one can. I can't do anything else. So I just want to get out of the way. It was really bad. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's
this football stuff is bringing me into like scary stuff that you never thought that you were going to do, or like you wouldn't be able to do it. And part of that for me is, as you told me earlier, watching a lot of Fox reality recently. But Fox reality is not, it's so weird. They do weird stuff. They always have. And so I started watching Special Forces.
which is I go, you're watching a lot of Fox reality.
I'm ashamed. I am ashamed. But Special Forces, it's something I haven't watched. I knew Sandoval was on it last year. And then I told you I loved him on The Traitors. And so people were referring back to his time on Special Forces. So I started the first episode of this new season. And
Well, first, what is Special Forces? Give me a breakdown.
okay,
So
it's crazy.
it's not Special Forces like ex-Marines and Delta Force.
It
coming in?
absolutely is.
Well, no, it sounds like Tom Sandoval, so it sounds like there's reality
It's
stars.
reality stars, but then those guys that you're talking about,
Train
they're
them.
running the stuff.
Okay.
And they're like, don't you smoke at me. You're nothing but a piece of shit. And then they
Wait, when
push
did they
you.
become Australian mixed with English, mixed
Wait,
with something?
that's English.
I don't know what that was.
It's like an English mean guy.
Oh, okay.
Is that not how that?
Was that your Jason Statham?
Yes.
That what that was?
That's who I was trying to be. Does that not sound right?
Do it one more time. You're limited, Jason.
Well, now what did I even say? It's like, don't you smoke at me, you grimy piece of shit. How dare you?
Let's put it out there for the audience. What do we think about that?
All I'm
Is that a good one?
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
200%, yeah. Okay, so then like they rip. So in the third episode, the third season, everybody's lined up on a boat, and it's like Stephen Baldwin and Denise Richards and Tyler Cameron from Bachelor, and like there's a couple like athletes in there too. Could not tell you who. They rip their bags off their head, and they're like, "Who are you?" And she's like, "I'm Jojo Siwa." And he's like, "You're nobody," and then pushes them into the open ocean. And like when he pushes them, they're like, ugh, like it's hard. And then they have to swim, and I'm already done. I'm already lost. Like I'm out of the game. The second you want me to swim like that, oh my God. Yeah. So then they have to swim to this island.
Okay.
So that's all I actually watched of that episode because I realized I was like, well, I want to watch the Tom Sandoval season. So then I went back to season 2, and that's the season I'm going to watch. Season 2.
We have to watch stuff that is currently happening.
But I'm going to watch this show so fast. I'm going to go watch this for 6 hours today.
Okay.
Okay.
No, you were not. No, you are not.
Don't police me. Because it was crazy. So like in the Tom Sandoval one, the season opener, it was the same thing. I can't exactly even remember what happened. But what happens in the entire show is you go through Special Forces training, and you are being trained by the real deal.
Carly
Jason
Lloyd
Statham's.
did this. Carly Lloyd, a U.S. women's soccer player, did this like the first year or something. Was it like 3 years ago, a couple years ago?
Yeah. This is third
Sue
season.
Bird might have done it too. Female basketball player.
Sue, I think Sue's on season 2.
I think she. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she did.
And so then either you can tap out at any time, or they can tap you out. They can say you're weak and you have to go.
Oh well, that's okay.
Yeah, and I don't think that there's a cash prize at the end of it. And most of these things do have cash prizes. I think it might just be, well, Tom said
Training for
Tom said, I want to get punished. He goes, everybody knows me for cheating and I want to get punished. It's just like, he's on his.
Yeah. Did you watch, so speaking of adventures, pushing, swimming, islands, Fiji Survivor?
I did watch Survivor.
It was pretty interesting. I think a lot of people, there's a lot of talk about Eva and her episode during the challenge.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Joe
Eva and Joe. That was huge.
Right.
That was huge. So Eva is this young girl on the new season of Survivor, and she's autistic. And she wasn't ready to tell everybody that she was when the season first started. And so she just kind of picked out one person from her tribe to say, hey, I'm autistic. This is the way it shows up for me. And sometimes if you see me doing that, I might need you. Can you be my person? And she picked the perfect guy for it.
Yeah,
she picked Joe, who's a sweetheart. And
great. He's a father.
Yeah, is that the firefighter?
There's 2 firefighters, and he's one of those, I think, a captain, firefighter, a father. So just perfect.
Yeah, she picked the right guy.
Father figure role there.
Yeah. And so he's been looking out for her. And so then they just merged. So now
they separate.
So now they're not on a team anymore. They've been separated. So no one else knows that Eva is autistic. And so they go through this really hard challenge, and she's struggling. Like, she can't pull it out. Oh my God, it was overwhelming. And you could just see, like, the tension is building in her. She finally lands it. The team's excited. She's excited. And then she just has this, like, this breakdown, like this overwhelming, emotional
breathing episode.
Mm-hmm. And you see Joe, like, watching her, but not knowing if he can go to her because they're on different teams. And that's when Jeff is like, Joe, do you want to go?
Give her a hug.
Yeah.
Or like, then he holds her hands and, like, there's
calms her down and, like, helps her breathe and get back to a baseline. And
beautiful moment in a competition game.
Yeah, it really was beautiful. And it was just like,
and she shared it with everyone. And then even back, like, when she went back on the tribe, like, one of, I think it's Star, who she wasn't getting along with.
Yeah.
Like, that connected them and opened up. And I thought it was a really powerful moment. And
I thought so too. It was
amazing.
Beautiful. And there were little clips about it all over. And then we watched it and I was like sobbing.
Yeah.
It's just like, and then Jeff said something.
Oh, and Jeff started crying.
Jeff was crying, and you were like, Jeff doesn't get emotional.
No, I think he even said it was his first time.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. And I felt like it was just, because Survivor can get so tricky, and it was just a really humane moment.
Exactly. Showing that relationship connection, you're putting a target on your back.
Oh yeah, Jeff was like, one of them will be blindsided next week.
Well, and then Bianca getting blindsided with, I thought that was pretty, I don't know. She's playing both sides, right? And that seems fine.
Do your voice.
What?
You're playing both sides voice.
The Sean Connery?
Yeah.
Trying to play both sides.
And my Jason Statham wasn't Statham?
No.
Wow.
And so Bianca's like, I thought doing pretty good. And you're right. I should have been on that and said both sides the first time. So thanks for calling me out. Mm-hmm. I thought she was playing it right. But then she tells Edgar.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, hey, I don't have a vote.
Yeah.
And I think that changed him, and he convinced Chrissy
to
go Bianca, because Mitch still voted Say.
I'm going to be honest with you right now. I don't remember the end of the episode.
I don't know if, okay, maybe you didn't watch it.
Because I'm just like, yeah.
No, so Bianca was stuck in the middle, and then she got totally blindsided and like started crying, like, and almost like just couldn't believe it.
I watched it. I did watch it, but I don't remember any of it.
But so that was a good ending. It was a good twist.
So Say didn't even go home?
No, Say still on.
Oh my God.
I know.
She's got 9 lives because
Wow, I love her though. I love her.
I have thought about it so many times. Like if I was on Survivor, I would be too, like, I'm not crafty. I'm very like open, and I would be like, I want them to go home. And someone would be like, well, why do you want them to go home? And I'm like, because they're annoying me. Like I wouldn't be able to just pretend.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's
I think that's why the kids keep saying, Dad, you should really go. Papa, go on Survivor.
I think we're gonna make your audition tape.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to do it. If they're not gonna take us for Amazing Race, at least take one of us for Survivor. That's what I want. Put them out there.
Yeah. Well, didn't you were talking something.
Oh my God.
You were mentioning something about Atlanta.
Well, speaking of Atlanta.
Okay.
Oh, it's actually 2 Atlanta back-to-backs. Okay, 1. Along my journey of watching this weird Fox reality shit, this clip came up on TikTok from the old show Wife Swap, which I was a huge Wife Swap fan. I love Wife Swap so much. I've seen every single episode, probably twice. I don't know. A lot of Wife Swap. And this one was Celebrity Wife Swap. And the celebrities that they were swapping, I couldn't believe it.
Is this new? Is this like a new season?
I'm going to tell you who they are, and then you tell me if it's new or not.
Oh, okay. Exciting.
It was Dweezil Zappa.
Who the fuck is Dweezil Zappa?
Frank's.
Zappa? Was it Frank's?
It's Frank's kid.
Okay.
And Atlanta Braves player, David Justice.
David Justice!
Yes.
Halle Berry.
Yeah, in my world, he's only known for beating his wife. Yes. But here he is.
I did not know he was a wife beater.
She can't hear out of one ear because of him.
What?
Yeah.
Oof.
But here he is getting to be on Wife Swap with his new wife, Rebecca, and their 3 or 4 kids. And he is the laziest POS I have ever seen. This wife brings him, but then I put it all together because I'm like, he doesn't even play anymore. How is he keeping up this lifestyle? Then I'm like, there's no salary cap, as I learned from you a couple of weeks ago on baseball. And he can move his money to be paid every single year. I know this now. So he doesn't have to play anymore, and he could still be getting paid buku bucks.
But he's not. He doesn't have that pay.
Well, this was 2006.
Yeah. So he just stopped playing.
Yeah, it was 2006. And
because he was in like the Moneyball team of the A's.
the 80s.
The A's. Moneyball, like
A's,
the movie.
The A's. Okay, got it. The Oakland A's.
Oakland A's, yeah. He was traded from the Yankees to them.
Okay. So he was just like, well, this is how David Justice shows up in the reality world.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
She brings him breakfast in bed every single morning.
The new wife?
The new wife,
Like
Rebecca.
the wife, Rebecca, and she's Rebecca Zappa?
No, Rebecca is his wife. When you switch wives, though, they have to do everything for you that your wife does for the first week.
Okay.
So it's 2 weeks of swapping. And then the second week, the wives get to make new rules based on what they've seen.
Got it.
So when his wife went to Dweezil Zappa's house and she was like, the ceilings are really low. And she's like, you guys all cook? And he's like, yeah, we all try to pitch in around the house. And she was like, David doesn't even enter the kitchen. And then Dweezil's poor wife they were having a dinner party that night. 30 people came over. And this is normal for them. 30 people came over and she was making the food. She was plating the food. She was hosting people. She was serving people. She was answering the door. David sat in one room and joked around with everyone. And then he was like, where's dinner? The end. I think Wife Swap is so freaking juicy.
Yeah, okay.
It's a juicy old show.
It's a juicy throwback. Okay.
It's a juicy throwback. Yes. Okay, so my last thing about Atlanta and juicy peaches. It is Kenya Moore is an OG. She has been on now she's been on Atlanta longer than any other Atlanta housewife after a couple of them left. Yeah, so she's
Is she the face of the Atlanta franchise?
That's what a loaded question. Oh my God.
Like, clearly it sounds like she's on the Mount Rushmore.
That
Atlanta
is
Housewives.
so wild. I would need a moment. I would need to go. I need to talk to my.
You were wanting top fives. I think I just gave you a Mount Rushmore for every city.
I am going to.
Boom, boom, boom.
I love
boom,
this.
Boom, boom.
Well, top 5 Atlanta.
Well, Rushmores are 4.
I've been.
Ew.
Yeah. Who are the founding fathers of Atlanta? Founding mothers.
Founding mothers.
It's absolutely Nene Leakes. She's OG. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 1. Number 2 for me, it's got to be Kim Zolciak. Kim Zolciak is the only ever white member of Atlanta. She was an OG on the show. She gave us hits like "Don't Be Tardy for the Party," and now she's busy divorcing Croy Bierman for 5 years straight. So those two.
Sounds awful.
It's bad. I'm gonna put Phaedra Parks. She's got to be at the top.
Okay, well.
Phaedra she has read people to filth on the show. We watched her get divorced. Her husband went to prison. She's made her comeback. A couple weeks ago, she was my number 1 on the comeback list.
I know.
So she's definitely going up there. And for that 4th coveted spot, it has to be Candy Burruss. It can't even be Kenya. Candy Burruss, she's a producer. She just made millions of dollars producing Othello on Broadway, and she wrote No Scrubs.
Oh, wow.
So the Atlanta Housewives.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right. So then.
My OLI?
No. No. If I'm just thinking here, you have your Mount Rushmore of a franchise. That doesn't. Do you have a different face of a franchise? Can the face of a franchise not be on the Mount Rushmore?
Yes, because all 4 of those women that I just named are not on the current season.
So the face of a franchise has to be currently shown. Okay.
Yeah, I feel
that.
like Kenya, she's been on the longest, so people associate Kenya with Atlanta. So yeah,
she's
so
the
right
face,
now,
huh?
sure.
Yeah, the face changes. Absolutely. I like this.
Well, Kenya this season, we've seen her. Kenya's a mess. She's a hot dog mess. And this season, she really has tried to just chill. She's not in most of the drama. There's a lot of new girls on the season. And one of those new girls is named Britt. And she's got a heart on for Kenya. I don't know what her deal is, but she's poking the bear. And Kenya's trying to not be poked, and she's poking the bear. Kenya's a fucking grizzly. Why are you doing that? So this week...
Waking a sleeping bear.
Yes, so we know...
down a bar.
That she is. We know that Kenya gets fired this season, and the firing happens because of what happens next week. Britt...
How do you already know? What?
Because it was so massive. It broke through. It broke through production. When it happened, everyone was like,
And she's getting fired from the show, not fired from her job.
This is her job.
That one's the job.
Kenya's got a little hair care line. That's it. Okay. This week, Britt was like, you can't hug me. You can't say hi. You just give me a little pat. It's leave this woman alone. I don't have to hug you. I don't know you. I don't owe you anything. So she does that. It escalates. Kenya's like, I'm getting out of here. Britt brings up having a gun for some reason. She's like, I can go pew pew. Are you kidding me? So next week, and I'm going to just tell you what Kenya does to retaliate.
But the episode hasn't showed yet?
Nope.
And you're going to tell me what happened? Oh my goodness, spoiler alert.
I'm going to tell you what happens next week. Because this is
Saucy.
Kenya Moore. This is what Kenya does.
Okay, what does Kenya do?
Kenya found a sex tape that features Britt. And
How do you find a sex tape that...
I don't know how she found it. She found it. And then she printed out giant poster boards of Britt giving BJs to people who weren't her husband. And then Britt has a big event for her brand.
What's her brand?
I couldn't even tell you what she does. I don't know. Because then Kenya shows up at it with the giant posters.
Are these blurred out?
They're blurred out. But she shows up with the giant posters of Britt in the bedroom and then walks them through the event and says, "Is this your queen?" And that's what got Kenya fired. I would call that a home run. That's a touchdown.
What the fuck?
On the ground. Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's just what her and her husband do.
It wasn't her husband.
I'm guessing he was probably in a chair watching.
Who knows where he was? Who knows where he was?
He's in a chair.
She's getting divorced currently.
Oh, never mind. Well, I'm pretty sure he was okay with it being private.
I don't actually know if she's getting divorced, but yeah.
Oh, God.
But yeah, that's the juice. That's the tea.
Wow.
From Atlanta.
So,
You know?
people, if your person is reality TV, ask them about some hot Atlanta.
If your person's reality TV, say, do you think that Kenya should have been fired for this? If you came to me, ask me that like that.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
How's everything going?
Great.
Nice. All right. What are you doing today? You watching anything?
Oh, yeah. Atlanta's on tomorrow night.
Oh, well, hey, I got a question for you.
Okay.
I heard some stuff. I've been following things for you. I've been listening to this new pod called VanderSports.
Oh.
And what do you feel about Kenya? Do you think she should still be on the show next year?
Oh, my God.
Too much.
Daddy. Kenya Moore, yes. And the tea is also that she is now being replaced with Phaedra. Phaedra is coming back, and Phaedra was originally fired for spreading that nasty sex rumor about Candy having the sex dungeon in her house.
There we go.
So
Which is where Britt was doing this video.
Atlanta we got a lot going on. Those are my girls.
All right.
Oh, I love it. My matcha just kicked in.
There you go. All right. What do you think?
I think we're done.
Yeah. All right. We can open up that conversation next week.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Next week, fantasy, sports, Twitter, scrolling.
In bed,
Bravo chats, group threads.
should we do it or should we not? When do we
How
put
to
the
do it.
phone down
How to do it.
and pick your love life back up?
Okay. No. But yeah. We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, babe.
Love you.
Love you.